Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We are live on Twitch, or if you are watching the VOD later on YouTube and want to know where to find us live for these races, join us on twitch.tv/speedgaming. We are currently on Speed Gaming 2. Make sure to drop a follow for all the Speed Gaming channels so you don't miss any of the great action that we bring you guys every single day. Like this race tonight coming from the Zelda 1 Randomizer community. This is the TTP Season 3 tournament race. So the TTP is a thing that we do every night. We have 3 races, one at 8 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock, one at midnight. Those are all Eastern times. And now we have seasons where we take the top runners from each season and have a tournament at the end of the season. This is Game 3 between YmustUhateME, we will refer to him as Yumi from now on, and BBQdotgov. So, it looks like we are starting very near the vanilla start cave, and we've already found level 2. We will get the runner synced up here in just a moment, but yeah, we will go ahead and hop over to BBQ's audio for the time being. Level 2 is going to have 2 floor items. Oh, and it's got whiz robes, so this might be a tough dungeon to do with no sword. We are running the power flag set tonight. The power flag set has no heart shuffle. That is why we have found a heart on the floor so quickly. There will be 1 heart in every dungeon, and we will typically only be looking for the staircase items. Now, like I said, level 2 does have 2 floor items, and it's got 2 heart containers, so that is our ghost heart. But that is actually very good news for both of our runners, because the white sword item is locked to the white sword and is also locked to 4 or 5 hearts. So now both of our runners are guaranteed to pick up the white sword when they find it. And we have dueling Triforce pickups. Somebody in chat said sub-minute dungeon. Just about. Looked like it was like 107 on BBQ's side when he picked up that Triforce. So the power flag set's typically one of the quicker flag sets. It's also, of the 3 flag sets that we run this tournament, it's probably the most popular. I'm kind of surprised they got the Game 3 before they chose it. Game 1 went to BBQ on the Wisdom flag set, and Game 2 went to Yumi on the Courage flag set. Ooh, there's our candle, 80 rupees. That's the maximum price a candle can roll up to. So that is probably not going to be something that we are going to want to buy. We'll take that from a take any. BBQ was saving that. Yumi's going to go ahead and take the candle. I think if I was BBQ, I would have probably just grabbed that candle, because you've already got your 5 hearts, so you're already guaranteed the white sword. But we'll see what he's thinking. Maybe he wants to save it for possibly a potion later, or see if he can find a large secret real quick and go back and buy the candle. Unfortunately, finds another very expensive candle shop. Oh, Yumi takes a death on Death Armos, living up to its name tonight. That is one of the tougher screens in the game. BBQ heading up towards Vanilla level 1. Yumi, meanwhile, got a bomb pack from somewhere. I didn't see. Must have killed an enemy with that candle somewhere and got a bomb pack. He's going to start burning the forest. 35 medium seeker. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. There is a forced overworld block tonight, so we will need a either a raft, the recorder, or the power bracelet to get into one of our dungeons. The white sword item can also satisfy the overworld block requirement. Second dungeon found on BBQ side, Dungeon 7, over by the fairy fountain in the forest. Another medium secret for Yumi. BBQ elects to leave level 7 behind, I don't blame him. With no sword, I would much rather be prioritizing finding something to fight enemies with. The nice thing would be if you find the white sword first, then you could take the candle from the sword shop if you're BBQ. Yumi back on Death. Armos trying to get in. Oh, get the rare glitch where the Armos spawned and then he tried to move in so quick that it like spawned again. BBQ up in the northeast got the boomerang. That must have been the Armos item. Okay, so the Armos item was the boomerang. You take that if you don't have a pointy stick yet, which he just happened to find in the vanilla 1Q letter cave. And also gets his bomb pack. Level 5, meanwhile, found for Yumi. He was over in the dead wood somewhere, but I did not see what specific screen he was on. I'd like to find that white sword item. Oh, the one small secret! So we've got a good-sized medium secret in 35, but we have the minimum small secret. You hate to see it. And we've got some any roads. Okay, I'm liking this spread so far. It took us from one side of the map to the other. BBQ gonna do the checks around this area of the map. I don't blame him. This area of the map's kind of a pain to get to if you can do them now, then you don't have to come back later. Yumi, meanwhile, down in the southwest corner, still looking for his sword. He gets the bad news about the one small secret. Finds another cake, any? And BBQ is heading towards the grave area. Well, he's technically in the grave area, but actually heading over to the graveyard. And actually both of our runners are there. They're about to high five on the same screen. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but this is a straight 1Q overworld tonight. Minus 24 door repair. Yikes. Well, still finding small secrets. I think BBQ's still looking for a large secret to go buy that candle. Now, curious if he will continue to search the Death Mountain area or if he's just going to hop back into this any road and see where it takes him. Yep, looks like he's hopping back in some any roads. Oh, that one didn't take him very far. Okay. The any roads lost a little luster here. But the waterfall area is another one of those out-of-the-way places that's easy to forget and hard to get to. It's kind of a dead end of the map. Now, does he go up to the top of the Lost Hills, or does he go back and screen scroll over? Looks like he's just going to head back and probably screen scroll into it. Yumi's taking care of Forgotten Spot right now, so it will not be forgotten. BBQ trying to farm some more bombs, it looks like. Never take any. Is that? No, that's 3 of our 4 take-any's. Okay. Level 4, okay, this is a decent level to find early, especially now that you have a sword you can fight some enemies with. 106, large secret, we just saw it on Yumi's side. That's a great large secret. So, besides the one minimum secret, it's, oh, and now Yumi finds back-to-back large secrets. He could almost go buy the blue ring right now if he wanted to. We know that Yumi is a skilled enough player to not need a blue ring, but if you can afford it this early, maybe it's worth considering. Might also opt to go buy a couple keys. Gonna try to get bombs off of the blue Octrod, and does. Very nice. BBQ, meanwhile, heading down through the forest. Still no candle, though, so he's not going to be able to burn these bushes. He's just going to do the open checks, it looks like. But finds level 1! This is another good dungeon to find really early. 2 items in a heart container. Small dungeon. Not the greatest enemy set, but not the worst either. Making good use of that boomerang to stun the Lionel. Oh, I hate the lag whenever it starts doing that. That screws me up almost more than anything. This is the power flag set. So silvers can be anywhere. The white sword is locked to the white sword item. That is the only thing that is locked in this flag set. We are also guaranteed Wizrobes and Apatra in level 9. But otherwise, it's actually a really fun flag set to play, in my opinion. Of course, I like combat upgrades. And knowing that the white sword item is an immediate combat upgrade. Magical swords also locked to 11 or 12 hearts instead of the 10 to 14. There's our letter pickup over in the forest. So now we can get potions if we want. It's the boomerang Armos, not a red ring Armos, unfortunately. About as far away from the red ring as you can get. Oh, ladder pickup for BBQ, though. That is a massive pickup this early, especially with where he's at on the overworld. He can go check the coast item real quick. Meanwhile, level 8 found on Yumi's side over in the forest. Speaking of combat upgrades, hello, wand. A lot of people actually think that the wand is the best item in the game. Well, the best combat item. They like the wand over even a sword because a wand has essentially permanent beams. Oh, but we've got some beefy gels, or whatever them things are called. I don't know why I'm brain farting on that. Oh, more souls, that's what it is, thank you. I believe that's a wood arrow purchase for Yumi. Triforce out of 1 for BBQ. We're going to see what the coast item is. It's the recorder. Just Andy in chat, and it is her favorite item. Got here just in time. Yumi, meanwhile, still does not have a sword. He's heading in the right direction to get the sword, but probably going to do all of these checks along the way. If he gets into 1 and can get to that wand, that would be helpful, but I don't know if that's really doable with just a candle. Maybe doable, but not really feasible time-wise. It would take so long to do it, he might back out. Finds a potion shop. He does have the letter, but doesn't want to show it to him quite yet. You don't lose that much time with no text, though. It's not like the, whenever they actually have a big long text that they have to spew out every time you enter a potion cave, then I get waiting until you're ready to buy a potion to actually show it to them. And BBQ picks that recorder up off the coast. Here's level 1 for Yumi. Let's see if he opts to try to do anything. Yeah, I think he's just going to mark it. He should only have a few open caves left at this point to check for his sword. Kind of surprised that BBQ is not going back to level 4 since it's right here just a few screens away. He's got a key now. Unless there's something else that was blocking his way. Looks like maybe that's the direction he's headed. And Yumi decides to pick up the boomerang. So 2 boomerangs tonight. Oh, he wants to kill this thing, see if it maybe drops him a map or something. You can also pirouette that key door. Not sure why he hasn't done that yet, but... Can you not pirouette that key door? Oh, I mismarked where 4 was on my side tracker. That's why I'm confused as to why you didn't pirouette that door. I had it down a screen. I was like... Yeah, okay. Trying to watch 2 runners and keep a side tracker. Luckily, I've got an awesome tracker behind the scenes helping us out as well. So everybody say hello to Stags and give him a big high five for helping out. Some nice combat here on BBQ side. Some pretty friendly enemies to be fighting with a wand. Let's also our first look at the top of the Lost Hills for Yumi, and that is our last take any. Yumi has now found all 4 take any's. So BBQ is going to up a save back to start. Okay, bailed on 4. I guess you can always whistle back to 1. Yeah, no sword 17 minutes, and does feel bad, but he's got a lot of overworld already cleared and found. Gonna get his sword. Now we'll see where he goes back to first. Probably Dungeon 1. There's a candle purchase for BBQ. And he knows where there's a take any just a screen away. So I'm betting he's going to dip in here and take the heart now. And then we'll probably... Well, he's going to find a couple more hearts. If he continues on this path through the Dead Woods and then probably back up through the Grave area to Death Mountain. I'd be curious, I'm assuming he'll check Recorder Lake once he gets here And it would be really interesting if Recorder Lake holds a dungeon that would satisfy our overworld block. Here's our map of 5. Looks like a seahorse. Bomb upgrade, 91. That's not a bad price for a bomb upgrade. Unfortunately, we cannot afford it. Back-to-back old man rooms, so gonna have to find a way around them. Some more Lionel fighting for BBQ. It seems to be all he's been doing in these dungeons tonight. Yeah, there you go. Spin some bombs before you pick that up. Gonna have to spin that last key, though, if he wants to keep moving. Yeah, you spin that key. You take the Triforce. You've got the tutor. That way you can come back later if you want. I would maybe have tried to Kanana keyed that key door right there while you have the wand and no keys, just in case you need to come back later. You would have saved a key. But I do not begrudge this play at all. Take the Triforce, come back later. There's the white sword pickup for Yumi. Up on Death Mountain, East Death Mountain. So both runners now with a combat upgrade, the wand for BBQ, the white sword for Yumi, both doing 2 HP of damage per hit. Yeah, the white sword, in this flag set, the white sword is locked to the white sword item. That is part of the power flag set that we are playing. Oh, Yumi's got to be careful though, he's on 1 heart. Don't want to take a death this far away. There's a heart. BBQ about to find another take any right here on this screen. That'll get him up to 7 hearts. Again, if you're just joining, the magical sword is locked to either 11 or 12 hearts. So, not the usual 10 to 14. Again, part of the power flag set to try to get you combat upgrades. Yes, the Recorder Lake check. Oh, it's not our dungeon. That is not our overworld block tonight. In fact, it's useless. Hints. Just joined. What was the door repair charge? Minus 24. Where was 1? 1 was under the Armos at the top of the forest. The one that's typically a secret. Yeah, the big difference right now was, honestly, the big difference was that Yumi took a candle from a take-any very early, and so he's been burning, he's already burned all the deadwoods, already burned a lot of the forest. BBQ did not take that candle, so he prioritized open cave checks and found his sword much sooner than Yumi, but Yumi does have a pretty big exploration advantage over him at the moment. So I think that it'll start to balance out here as they as BBQ has to start doing these checks. Like Yumi's already done all the Candle Row, all of the forest. Level 8 was over in the forest, so BBQ has to go back to the forest at some point. This is the room with the ladder in it for Yumi, and he's going to get these Poe's voice down a lot quicker with this white sword than what BBQ did with the wood sword. Here's the first large secret for BBQ, and if he goes left and bombs up, that's another large secret. So hopefully he doesn't take it, because he's going to leave a lot of it on the ground. And he decides not to. Going to go check Forgotten Spot, which is another take any, so that'll get him up to 8 hearts, assuming he doesn't take a potion. There's our ladder pickup for Yumi. And he has seen the coast item, so he knows what's waiting for him over there. Here's going to be the wand pickup for Yumi. So now if he can execute the 2-button tap, the frame perfect tap, you can do magical sword damage by combining the white sword and the magical sword damage. This would be level 8 for BBQ. Let's see if he stays in here. Yumi didn't have a sword when he found it, so he just kind of peeked it and left. Yes, heart pickups are definitely more valuable. Anytime you know what the magical sword is, now if you knew that it was 14, you probably wouldn't prioritize hearts, but if you know that it's 10, even if you know for a fact it's 12, it's always better than, just taking chances and hoping that you have enough. Yumi sees the Triforce and is continuing to dig. Now he's already got both items. The only item left in here would be a heart, so maybe he's just looking to see if he could get a key. Now he's going to go back and take the Triforce. That's a map of 8. It's actually a pretty small level 8. I don't care for that map, though. It's very linear. I have a feeling this dungeon's going to eat up a lot of bombs and a lot of keys, a lot of resources. Yumi heading to the coast immediately to go get that recorder. Do not blame him one bit. This is not a drop room in level 8, so BBQ may just be trying to farm bombs off of these guys. Gotta be careful. On 1 heart, does not have his low health warning beep on. I do not know how people play that way. I have to have that beep on, otherwise I never know how much health I have. But I know other people that say that it drives them nuts, and that's the first thing they do is turn it off. But I can only imagine how much more I would die if I did not have that thing beeping in my ear to tell me I only have 1 heart left. Yumi in level 4. Now, BBQ has been in level 4 multiple times, and I keep kind of missing why he keeps getting turned away. So let's try to figure this out on Yumi's side. Yeah, oof that 8. Yeah, that's about right. That's pretty much what I said as soon as they got the map. Did that not bomb up? Is this like a segmented non-segment, or is it a key blocked? Oh, I guess he just didn't go up. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, risky to be in here with no keys. And he has money to potentially buy a key if he wanted to go that route. There's a key. And there's a key for Yumi. Both runners sitting on 1 key. Keys tonight have... I won't say they've been at a premium, but yeah, it looks like they could play a factor tonight. Neither runner sitting on 6, 7, 8, 9 keys like sometimes happens in certain seeds. But the dungeons have also been kind of quick. We only saw a handful of rooms in level 2. Only saw about half of level 1. Level 5, you didn't need very many. Yeah, that almost forced you to go straight to the Triforce. You had to spend 1 key to get there, but... maybe this is what turned BBQ away, was another key door in level 4. There's our map of 4. That is linear, about as linear as you can get. Again, there's no heart shuffle, so in this level 8, it will have 2 basement items and a heart on the floor. So really just looking for rooms with push blocks or a Triforce. This will be our item in 4. Oh, it's the red ring! Oh, that's a nice item. That is one that I'm sure BBQ probably wishes that he had. BBQ also looking at that Triforce in 8. Only has a handful of rooms left up here to clear, though. I don't blame him for staying up in this quadrant. Yeah, combat advantage definitely has swung into Yumi's favor. White sword, wand, red ring. Now, is this our item in 8 or is this the transport? This is our transport. BBQ is going to take it. No, he's not going to take it. He also doesn't have any interest in that compass. I think I would have maybe taken it, but I have the short-term memory of a goldfish, and I will forget immediately where a Triforce was if I don't mark it down. Now BBQ going to hop into this transport. Okay, basically stayed in the northern hemisphere. Oh, this will be an item for sure, though. BBQ, or excuse me, Yumi getting back into this level 8. That is a book. The book is an atlas in this? Or is it not an atlas? The book is not an atlas. I couldn't remember if it was an atlas, but yeah, book is not an atlas, so all it would do is give his wand fire. I don't blame him for not picking it up. Only in wisdom, okay. I remember whatever race I was in, we both did the same thing, got like halfway down the stairs, and then realized it was nothing, but I couldn't remember which flag set that was. Alright, BBQ still looking for the second item up here, or maybe he's just working his way back to the Triforce and says 1 item's good enough. We're at least going to leave level 8 key positive. That's the one good thing. We're up to 6 keys. Only have a handful of rooms left to really see, so... came in with no keys and going to leave with 6. Oh. Well, yeah, back up to 6 with that one. Oh, only 1 heart though. Gotta be careful. Nice use of the boomerang. Alright, I believe this was the Triforce room, so it looks like he's gonna grab that Triforce. And unless I missed something, we only saw 1 item in there, so... let's see if he goes back in or just leaves it. I don't mind leaving items behind, especially once you get a recorder, because you can always come back later. And especially in a flag set like this, where it is usually pretty quick, you're just in go, go, go mode all the time. Ooh. All right. Whistling to level 8. Oh, okay. I guess that just saves him walking a couple of screens. Okay, yeah, that's probably quicker. This will be the letter here. So he might be able to go back and buy a potion if he wants. Or he might be saving for a blue ring, since he does not know the red ring is in level 4. Oh, I thought that was where he was headed to. No, he's just going to burn some bushes around here. Might go into 4 and X, though, since he's back up in this area. Yeah, if there was a heart and a mummy in 8, then it was the floor heart. There's no heart shuffle. So every dungeon will have a heart on the floor. Yeah, Red Ring is definitely paying off for Yumi. He is come roaring back. Like I said, I was kind of hesitant to say that either of them really had a lead, even though it looked like BBQ was ahead, just because of all the overworld exploration that Yumi had done. But yeah, now I definitely think that Yumi is in the driver's seat at the moment with this combat advantage. But at least part of it is about to get negated once BBQ gets his red ring. They both have the whistle. Yeah, that's not marked on the tracker, but yeah, they both have the recorder. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. And we can also mark the red ring was in 4. Alright, now we've got plenty of keys for this level 4, though. Let's see which way BBQ opts to go. Actually, I believe he wanted to go up there, but this is the map, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, so there is an extra heart in the vanilla game that's typically on the coast, so we call that the coast heart. So when there's no heart shuffle on, we saw 2 heart containers in level 2, so we classify the coast heart as being in level 2. But speaking of 2, that is the second item in 8. It was a red candle, so looks like as of now BBQ made the right decision by leaving level 8 behind. That is, however, knowledge for Yumi, so if they need to go looking for a bow or silvers, he knows that it will not be in level 8, whereas BBQ may go back to level 8. Triforce out of 4 for BBQ. Has a Triforce lead. It's 6 to now 4, or excuse me, 5 to 4. But and he will find, he's heading in the direction of the white sword. I assume he's probably gonna do his, well, he already did the waterfall checks, but from here, if he heads over towards East Death Mountain, that'll be the first thing that he finds, is the white sword. Up to 10 hearts. I think that he has found all of his takenies, though, so if he's going to try to find the other 1 or 2 hearts to get mags, then gonna have to find them in a dungeon. Yumi, meanwhile, back in level 7. This is one that BBQ completely abandoned, did not even try to go back into. Got our early map. It is a big surprise. It is also extremely linear. But it's going to give us some keys. Keys are really no longer an issue. Oh, BBQ's hanging on to that last bomb. I think he's trying to force a bomb drop. I mean, I don't blame him because he's trying to do all of these checks while he's up here, but if he would have just bombed right there, he would have got the white sword. Don't bomb here. Okay. Okay, now plenty of bombs for BBQ. Go back and finish those checks, my man. That wall doesn't bomb for Yumi. Gonna have to go right. Yeah. Oh, maybe take that transport, I guess. There's the white sword pickup for BBQ. And yeah, chat has a good point. Raft or power bracelet is definitely going to be required. So that is another thing to keep in mind. Our runners are going to have to go dig out from one of these dungeons. This is really the first we're seeing of Death Mountain, though. I'm curious how many dungeons are up here, because we're still looking for 3 dungeons. And we know at least one of them's overworld blocked, because forced overworld block is turned on. There's our bomb shop. I believe that's the first bomb shop we've seen all night. Transport staircase for Yumi. Trying to get to this top half. Not sure. Oh, that's the magic boomerang and level 7. Level 6 found for BBQ up in West DM. All the way up in West DM. You don't get much more west than that. So that... Oh, level 3 also up in West DM. Alright, so level 9 is our overworld block. That is the only dungeon we haven't seen. I love it when that works out that way whenever I'm playing. Then you're forced to find the overworld block. You don't have to guess where it's at. Just clear your dungeons and eventually you'll come across it. It is going to be a segmented level 3, though, otherwise it wouldn't have had a transport. There's the Triforce out of 7 for Yumi. Now, this could be also pretty big for BBQ, because this is exploration that Yumi didn't do earlier, so Yumi's got to get up into West DM. And if BBQ should know now that all of his dungeons are found except for the forced overworld block. So if he comes across the power bracelet and or the raft, then he likely won't dig out items in 7 or 8 and will just, you know, that's time that Yumi spent extra time digging out the dungeon in both of those. BBQ going to do the, or excuse me, Yumi going to do the Recorder Lake check. And then probably head up towards Death Mountain via the grave. Oh, going into level 5. Yeah, he didn't have the sword when he found level 5 earlier. Level 5 is one we haven't seen the item out of, though. If the raft or the power bracelet is in 5, that could also be a huge game changer. Now, likely it would be the first dungeon BBQ would go back to, because it would be the smallest dungeon he has. And the only thing that really kept him out of the full clearing it was keys, which he now has plenty of. Yumi heading off in a different direction. Oh, gonna buy the bomb upgrade. Oh, a +5 bomb upgrade. Not bad for 91 rupees or whatever it was. Now I'm curious if Yumi goes beyond the Triforce, because this was... He basically just did the exact same amount of clearing that BBQ did. It looks like he is, otherwise he wouldn't be killing these guys. Here's our item in 3. Survey says. The bow! Okay. It's not our overworld block, but you definitely want to see that. You're not going to complain about seeing a bow. But that means our overworld blocking items are in 5 and 6. So one's going to have the raft, one's going to have the power bracelet. The question really is, which one is blocking level 9? Because BBQ's probably going to full clear level 6, since he's right here. And Yumi's already committed to the dig in level 5. Oh my goodness, nothing is bombing. Okay, this is probably our item? No, that's our transport. Yeah, that's right. No, that's not right. Oh, no. I was curious if you could bomb up through there, but you can't. They're gonna hop back into the transport. Yeah, yeah, that should be correct. It should be any key and silvers and 9. Because level 9 can't have important items, right? Or am I wrong on that? Yeah, there's no important items in 9 with this flag set, so the only 4 items we have outstanding, 2 of them are important. There is the raft in 5. Yumi's pretty close to a raft check. I'm guessing he will probably go do that check before going up into Death Mountain. It's the potential push block room for BBQ. Triforce for Yumi. They are now tied up on Triforce count, the only difference being BBQ has the Triforce out of 3, Yumi has the Triforce out of 7. You would typically say advantage to the runner that's the Triforce out of 7, but with as far away as level 3 is, Yumi's got some exploring to do before he gets up there. Raft check number 1, not our overworld block dungeon. Taking a whistle somewhere. Back to level 1, gonna do the coast raft check. Okay. Because he's still looking for 3 dungeons. He's still looking for dungeon 3, 6, and 9. So, as far as he knows, dungeon 3 or 6 might be one of the raft checks. Not level 9! That means BBQ is on the right path. The power bracelet will be in this dungeon, and that is what is blocking level 9 tonight. $11 hearts now for BBQ. We have not seen Magical Sword, though. We do have a staircase. Yumi taking a any road to Death Mountain. Map of 6 looks like the blue ring, yeah. Yeah, just about. This... Okay, there is no remove most open stairs, so that won't push since there's an item on the ground. Yumi's found level 3. He knows now that he's looking for the power bracelet. Well, and he's also looking for, obviously, the bow. So he knows where... He should know where basically all the items are as well. Because he should know that one of them's going to have the bow and one of them's going to have the power bracelet. He just might not know which is which. But he knows that he has to full clear both of these 2 remaining dungeons. Triforce found for Yumi. Triforce found for BBQ, but you can't take it. He's got to find the item. Now, he doesn't know that, though, because he still has items outstanding in 7, 8, and 5. So it's decision time now if you're BBQ. Do you take that Triforce and then whistle back to one of the other dungeons? Or do you continue digging this? I think that he's going to continue digging this, which makes sense since you're here. Yeah, you've only got a handful of rooms left to see. I'm not sure why you up 8 out of there, though, because if you're going to up 8 out of there, you should have just took the Triforce, got the health refill, and then came back. You would have, re-entered the dungeon anyway. I would go buy that. What are you going to spend your 255 rupees on? There you go. The up-A-ing out of the Triforce room is a little perplexing, though. And now even if you find the item down here, then you still have to walk all the way back up there to get the Triforce anyway. Take another key. And another key, so we're up to double-digit keys now on BBQ's side. Yeah, I mean, but even if there were rooms to check around the Triforce, he up-A'd back to start. He could have just took the Triforce and then re-entered the cave and been in the same room, and now you don't have to go back to get the Triforce. That's all I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. I mean, it is the heat of the battle, and I'm sure we've all been there and done things without quite thinking it through. And I'm pretty sure he's been through there. He just did not come down here. Oh, and there's a key on the floor, so you basically got it for free anyway. So this should be the power bracelet pickup. And it is. See, now if he had the Triforce, he could just up-A back to start and be done with this dungeon. Now he's got to walk back 4 or 5 rooms. And clear that room again to get out of there, even. Yeah, it's just an unfortunate, you know, I'm sure it's probably just like a instinctive thing that he just, you know, did without like thinking it through. It's just unfortunate because this is all time that he's given to Yumi to clear this level 3 and make up more time. Triforce out of 6 for BBQ. Now, I think if I was BBQ, I would whistle to 8, go do 7, and then there's that push block right beside 7 that you can check. He's going to up-A save and do the push block by start. Okay. This will be the bow pickup for Yumi. So Yumi now knows that level 6 holds the power bracelet. Push block check number 1 is not level 9. BBQ is just going to walk over to the fairy fountain, it looks like. This is not level 9. We are going to almost full clear this overworld tonight. Oh, level 7's right there. You still need the Triforce out of 7. You were one room away from, one screen away from 7. Where was 7? It was one screen east of where BBQ just was, of the fairy fountain. I hope that unless he got the Triforce out of 7 and we somehow missed it. But it's not marked on our tracker, and I don't remember seeing him do anything in level 7. Here is level 9. So he's found level 9. Okay, I think he just now realized that he needs to get back to level 7. Doesn't have the raft to make sure he doesn't need it. Okay, okay, that kind of makes sense. No, 5. Oh, found Mags. Okay, I guess maybe we did see Mags, I just never marked it. But unfortunately it is 12 hearts. Back into level 5? Why are we back into 5? Uh-oh. This is shaping up like it's a potential mismark? Unless he's trying to get a floor heart. Yeah, BBQ definitely saw 7. Unless he didn't mark it, but he definitely saw 7. It was really early in the game, and I don't think he had a sword. This does not look like he's looking for... I thought maybe he was just trying to see if he could find a floor heart real quick. Uh-oh. I would be really curious to see what BBQ's personal tracker looks like right now. Yumi, meanwhile, heading in the right direction. Has not seen very much of this level 6 at all. He doesn't know that 5 isn't silvers. Yeah, I mean, that's true. He doesn't have near the item knowledge that Yumi does, or that we as spectators do. But man, I think you almost have to gamble on silvers and 9 if you're this far into it. Yeah, I hope he doesn't dive 8. I certainly would think that he wouldn't. That he would gamble on silvers and 9 long before he goes. Yeah, floor heart and... Yeah, looking for either a floor heart or a silvers would, you know, either one would help him out. It's just... It's so hard to watch this knowing... You know, having all the knowledge that we have. And he sees the raft and he's... Okay, well, so he knows that he doesn't need the raft, so he must know where level... Yeah, he must... Yeah, it had to have just been a silvers check. Yeah. I think chat called it on that one. He did get the floor heart, though, so this guarantees him mags. So, back off to level 7. That Triforce wasn't early in 7, but I think the reason why Yumi took a little extra time was because he dug the item out, which BBQ knows he doesn't need. So... unless BBQ digs the item, because he still might think silvers are in here. Because he still has an item left in 8 and this item in 7. There's the floor heart for Yumi. Did Yumi get the Triforce out of 3? I gotta think that he probably did. We probably just maybe missed it. Alright, power bracelet pickup for Yumi. He knows that he is in essentially go mode now. I guess you can't really technically say he's in go mode because he still needs silvers, but he knows that silvers are in 9. He has full item knowledge. Magical sword paying off for BBQ. Yumi about to get his Triforce out of 6 and... Well, I would say be off the level 9, but he technically still has to find level 9. He knows it's under a power bracelet. Just gotta pick the right one. There's the Triforce for, or the compass for BBQ, so knows which direction to head in. He'll probably do room checks on his way, looking for... Oh, this is a bad room to be in. Even with red ring and mags. When you're on 1 heart, you don't like to be in that room. Yeah, he's in no mode, yeah. No and go mode. Gonna go do the grave check first. Then he'll probably follow in BBQ's footsteps of up-Aing back to start, which means that Yumi is going to full clear this overworld. Because I can pretty much guarantee that the Lost Hills push block is going to be the last one he checks. Alright, there's the magic boomerang for BBQ. So now he is down to a 66% chance that silvers are a 9. Now, I guess it should be noted also that he does not have wood arrows. So if we get into level 9 and there happens to be a Goma block, that would be a huge game changer as well. Yep. BBQ or Yumi is going to last locate level 9. There's our Triforce out of 7 for BBQ. So if he goes to 9, they're going to be within a minute or two of entering level 9. They're on the same screen! Alright, I think Yumi just realized he can whistle to level 4 and be a lot closer. They're going to be within just a handful of seconds going into 9. You can't ask for more than this. Game 3, and they're going to be within about 5 seconds of each other. Well, we knew Wizards were going to be in here. That's part of the flag set. Neither runner has a potion. BBQ does have mags, which will pay off big time against Wizrobes, because the wand will not damage Wizrobes. Okay, looks like those rooms off to the left don't really go anywhere. Both runners will likely be taking... Oh, there's the first item! The first staircase is an item, but it's the wrong item! Now for BBQ, your heart's gotta be thumping at this point, because now you're down to a 50-50, whether silvers are in here or the second item in 8. And neither runner really needed that any key. They were both sitting pretty good on keys. Alright, transport number 1. BBQ takes it. Yumi doesn't. This might be the divergence that decides this game. Roar for BBQ! There's a bait block! Is Ganon behind the bait block? He is! Is there another way to get in there? My goodness. I think if I was BBQ, I would have tried to find another way into Ganon so I know if I have to go out and get that bait or not. Yeah, he also didn't try to bomb. Again, you know, in a moment of panic and rushing, I get it. Like, you know, it's oh my goodness. Okay, we're back to... Okay, looks like Yumi's going to take this transport this time. This is that transport that's right near start. So now he's going to see... He's going to hear the Ganon roar. Let's see if he can find a way to get... Is there silvers for BBQ? Compass for... Yumi. Now it's a matter of, can you get into Ganon? You cannot bomb into Ganon. At least not from this way. There's the bait block. Yumi's heading down. Okay, we're back to... Should that not have been Ganon south of there? Okay, we found a way around the bait block. Oh my goodness. The dream of the bait block. So BBQ first to Ganon. Still needs to find the path to Zelda. We have the compass. Magic Sword, Red Ring, and full health. This should be a very short fight. Alright, we've got Bacon. Now we just need to find a path to Zelda. Maybe just straight down? Yumi's still looking for silvers. I believe he's in the right area, though. I think this is around where BBQ was. Can we? Okay, we cannot bomb down any further. Just need to find some way to get around. A mugger. A mugger at the very end of the seed. If you're ever going to see one, that's the best time to see it. There's the door. And there is Zelda. So get your GGs in chat for our Game 3 winner, BBQ.gov. We'll be advancing to the round of 16. And looks like Yumi has seen the finish in the race time and has opted to DNF out of it. So get your GGs in chat for Why Must You Hate Me, aka Yumi as well. Alright. And we are joined by our race winner, BBQ.gov. Welcome and congratulations.
Hi, thank you, and GG's to Yumi. I thought I was cooked when I dug 5 and found the raft.
Well, and because you still had an item outstanding in 8 as well, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking about that the whole time, that I dug 3/4 of 8, and I found the book.
Yeah.
And there was this item outstanding. I was like, don't put the silvers there. The last 15 minutes, I'm looking over my shoulder the whole time, expecting Yumi to finish. And Yumi's here. GG's, Yumi. I was sweating bullets the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we are joined by our runner-up, Yumi. Yeah, GG's, man. That was a great race. You guys were within less than 5 seconds of each other entering level 9.
Man, sorry, I forgot I had push to talk on, but yo, GG, man. That's crazy. I had all I had all the items. It's just one of those where like I don't think I've could have kind of went.
You full cleared the overworld as well, didn't you?
Dude, everything, every single.
I know that you last
screen,
located it.
Every single item, and like in bad order. Like sometimes that's okay with no hard shuffle on, but like. Man, like I was flying. Just when you do so many screens, it's hard to keep up, man.
Yeah. It one of the big turning points. It was real interesting at the beginning because you took the candle from that take-any that was real early in the game, like at the vanilla potion shop, and BBQ left that candle behind, prioritized open cave checks, so he got his sword way before you. I mean, like 15 minutes before you. Maybe not 50. I think you got your sword at around 17 minutes. And I think BBQ, I think you found your sword at what, like 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, I was going all in on white sword. I was going all in on white sword because I got those 2 early hearts. Yeah. So that's why I was like full clear. I got it. I got it. It took me for a while, but I got it. I was actually like super mad to see that wand in one because I did all that work and cleared all that overworld to get to that white sword, and I was like, okay, that's good. It paid off, but immediate wand in one, I'm like, dude, this is not good.
Yeah, and that was kind of what happened was, you had a lot more overworld exploration done, but by the time that you got your sword and was ready to go back and start digging dungeons, BBQ already had 3 Triforces, I believe, and the wand and the ladder out of 1.
Did you do 2 in like 1 minute, Yumi? Because that's the fastest Triforce I've ever gotten.
Yeah. I had both hearts. Yeah, both hearts and Triforce in like a minute. That was funny.
It was. I was laughing my butt off. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like that. All right.
Honestly, that level 2 might be like one of the biggest downfalls. It might have been like my biggest problem because the reason why I went full in on the white sword was because of those 2 hearts. I was like, I know I can pick it up 100%, so I'm gonna like full in on this white sword, and it took me in such a weird order, and it obviously got me a little bit behind. So stupid level 2.
Yeah, but I mean that strategy makes a ton of sense though. If the white sword is like in the eastern forest, or if it's in the dead woods, and then you can just hit the gas fully. But it was just up in eastern DM, and that's just a terrible location for it.
Yeah, it really was. And I almost said forget about it because I found 1 and then the sword over by 4. And I was like, I only had like 5 screens left. I had like Eastern DM pretty much, and then a couple others. So I was like, I gotta go now. Like I'm full in, right? So I had to walk all the way across the world. And I was like, oh, cool, it paid off until I saw that wand. And I was like, that was just all a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't get white sword till I had 10 hearts. So and that's typical of my routing. I typically don't do Death Mountain early. And yeah, it would have been nice to have, but wand, yeah, and there weren't very many Wizrobes really. I mean, wand really could have, relying on wand instead of white sword really could have hurt me if like 5 dungeons had Wizrobes.
Yeah, well, Wizrobes are in level 2, which you guys both cleared in a minute and 7 seconds without a sword at all, so that took one of them out of the equation.
Where were the, so you said the silvers were in like the southwest-ish? So I went
kind of sort of southeast, so kind of middle of the map. So if you go up from the lobby, you go up 2 rooms and 1 over, there's a stair. It's that room right above it. I don't think you can bomb into it. I didn't try, but
I did. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's right there. I got there from that stair by Ganon, and yeah, I got there from that stair by Ganon, I was bouncing around there. That's where I got over in that quadrant down in the bottom right. I think is also where I got map and compass. So just all the stuff happened to be over there. But yeah, I kind of panicked when I got to that stair room and Ganon's there and I see the meat block. I'm like, oh, come on. Don't make me do that.
Oh,
don't.
We went nuts. Chat was going crazy. We were like, bait block. That would have been epic. That would have been the icing on the cake if it would have been a bait block, a forced bait block to get to Ganon.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I saw Ganon and Zelda pretty quick because I went straight left. But there's 2 messed up things here. One, that's my 2 staircase. So 3 up in the L column, I bombed. It was like a spiral stair. I bombed that wall just out of curiosity because I had like 18 bombs. And it did open. I was like, no, let's just take the stair. And then I took the stair, which took me right by Ganon. And I went up in that stair that you said took you back down. So I just kept making wrong turns, man. I mean, I did find Zelda down there in that corner, but...
Yeah, if I did not find that compass down in kind of the bottom right, that corner was going to be the last place I looked for her. But she just popped up and she was like all the way down there. So when I beat Ganon, I just headed straight south and got to a turnstile room and then a mugger room, and then it ended up being a straight path, but it was not a logical path. So if I didn't have that compass, I would have been digging up in the top half of that dungeon for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know how I got down there, but I think because like before I take stairs, I'm like, all right, let me just check this corner real quick, and it happened to be Zelda. But
you mean Ganon's room there, just right by start? Did you bomb to the left there?
Yes. Wait. Bomb to the left where? By start or by Ganon?
Yeah, by start. Yeah, that Ganon's room where you go left from the old man room at the entrance down. Ganon's not in his room. But there was a bomb pack on the floor. I didn't bomb left because I was like, well, go up and see what happens. But
I didn't bomb left there. I went up and around. I went to stair 2 and started going. I saw the meat block at Ganon. I didn't take that stair next to him, so I just started going south looking for silvers. And I ran into the couple. You probably didn't even realize it because you were beelining to Zelda. But there were a couple staircases right by Zelda, which I ended up taking away, and it took me in the northeast. It was just way not where I needed to be, I guess.
I'm guessing that map of 9 is going to be big. I never found it, but
7 and 8 were both really small, so yeah, I would expect it to be a pretty big 9.
Still open doors going everywhere. Yep. All right, rock and roll, man. Well, GG. Good luck in the next round. I'll be rooting for you for sure.
Hey, thanks, man. This was a hell of a series. This is a ton of fun. You're a great player. I feel kind of lucky to get past you here. So GG's. My reward, by the way, is I get to play Jess and have her seek her revenge for me knocking her out of the brackets in the qualifier at the SG Live tournament in Herndon. So I don't know if winning is necessarily in my best interest tonight.
Right on me. Yeah, I definitely saw that when I saw Jess in my sights. I was like, oh, I gotta play. If I somehow pull this off, we get Jess. So she's a really good player. So that'll be a tough one, man. But just keep playing well.
Well, Jess is who knocked me out of the first round, so I can attest firsthand how strong of a runner she is.
Oh, without a doubt. But Yumi, this was an awesome series. I feel fortunate to get past you. I did not think I was going to. Feel like I got a little lucky. So, but this was a heck of a series. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Same. I think I put us pretty close together. So could have went either way. I would have guessed 3 games, and that's what we did. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it totally merited it, and they were all interesting races.
Absolutely, and thanks Speed Game, thanks DM for doing the comms and whatnot, and you guys, everyone's been doing awesome with volunteering. We've been getting like all these matches on, which is amazing. So thank you all.
Yeah, great job, guys. You and Stag's doing the tracking. Really, really appreciate it. I hope to get back in the booth once work slows down a little bit.
Yeah, well, we'll be glad to have you guys, and thank you guys for putting on a great show for us tonight. This was pretty much everything we expected and then some of a game 3. With that being said, I guess we will wrap up. If you are looking for more Z1R, then you are in luck. Do not go anywhere because there's another game coming up right here on this channel. Pretty much immediately following this one, as soon as we vacate the booth, the second crew will come in and start setting up for Druis versus Vtorp. That is a game 2 matchup. On the comms, you've got Boof and Boom, and I'm not sure who's tracking that one, but it looks like somebody signed up for tracking. With that, we will go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys again for putting on a great show. Thank you, Stags, for doing the tracking. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for giving us use of one of your awesome Twitch channels. And thank you to chat for hanging out with us and cheering these great runners on. Looks like we have their links in the chat, so make sure to give everyone a follow. Follows are free. They're very much appreciated and help us all grow our channels. And with that, we will go ahead and say goodbye, good night. We will catch you guys later. Like I said, do not go anywhere. There's another race coming up immediately following this one, and then there's actually another race coming up immediately following that one. So we've got a whole night of Z1R, so don't go anywhere. But as for me, I am signing out. I'm going to go get some dinner and watch these other races. I will catch you guys later.
Take care.